Alright, welcome to Ark Survival Evolved episode number 53. I'm still on Scorched. Been thinking about it, what I want to do with the game, how I want to approach it, what I'm thinking of trying to accomplish, and so on. Let me check something real quick. I don't want to forget. I was supposed to look at it. Because I think I got 135 element. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, it's 135 element. I wanted to see if I can produce the tech replicator. Let me check something out here. Tech replicator, 100 element. So I can use 100 of that element to create a replicator. I should be able to get enough black pearl and everything else to create it. Yeah. I don't even know. I don't know if I have 5,000 metal, but I can get that. So in other words, I got 135 element. You cannot transfer element from one map to another. The only way the admins do it is they take the element from you, and let's say you give them 100 element, they destroy your 100 element and then create 100 element on the other map. That's the only way they can do it. And I have to go in there and make a bunch of console commands and stuff like that. Or I can just try to use the element to create something I could use. And I have just enough for, I have enough for a tech replicator. I have 35 left over, which is fine. And I have a bunch of black pearl here already. I just have to accumulate it and try to make the tech replicator. So anyway, back to what I was thinking. Maybe what I should do is pick some of the prime choice spots on the maps that I know of, that I know are good for breeding and would be, you know, just easier to deal with than going over here trying to, you know, try to make it work here. And you got to remember, here's the heat wave, here's sandstorms. Now there is a place over here where I had my old base. I could put a base there, and let me go show it to you. I think I showed it to you guys before. There. Right down the street here, you see this open white area? This used to be my base right here. All this. This is where I got my water right here. This little puddle. And all the way back up here, I had little, all the way up here, all this. Okay. And so back then, if you put down a foundation, it would prevent anything for about, I think, approximately 30 squares radius from respawning. I was looking for the cats. And essentially, that's all it was. You know, you would just be there, and you would be able to build a base, put a bunch of foundations on the ground, and just have them there. I put them in groups of 4 because I had single foundations, and it automatically destroyed single foundations, and I lost a tech trough because I just put on one metal foundation, and the damn computer just automatically deleted it. So I always put at least 2, usually 4. But what I did with the settings here is I adjusted it so that the resources would spawn immediately, and they would respawn like within like just a little bit from your base. So in other words, it's probably not even 1 square away or 1 foundation away. So what I did is I went into the settings and I changed the multiplier to like 1 point something to see if that'll give me more space. So basically the only way to do it, to prove everything, is to put down a foundation and destroy or harvest everything around it and see how big of a foundation it is. I tried to look it up online, and nobody can give me a definite answer on that multiplier. I don't know how they can create a multiplier and not explain how it works. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. So that's that. But I thought about it and I said, do I really want to have a base here? And I mean, with the tech replicator, because remember, all the tech requires element. So on Valguero, it's a great place to breed things because there's flat places. Okay, not desert places, just flat. So it'd be good to breed there, but to put a base there, a real base there, that's something else. You have to find a way to get the element over there. So what I started doing is I started thinking of the different ways to make element. And the traditional ways to get a Doedicurus, and hit lampposts and whatever to go ahead in extinction to get dust to make element. That's a traditional way. The other way is to kill bosses and just make a routine of killing bosses. Even if I had the birds I needed, and I could get the birds, I could breed the birds with mutations to go ahead and take on the alpha boss here. If I do that, to get that element, I think it's like 200 and some element, you would have to get 20 times 3. You need about 60 wyvern claws. So you'd have to kill 60 wyvern. You'd have to get 3 relics from 3 different caves, and then you can go ahead and try to kill the alpha. And for that, you need those birds 100%, all 100% consolidated and boosted to like 1700 and maybe 1500 health, just to keep it safe. So, I mean, it's not impossible. You can get health mutations as well as attack mutations. The thing is that the element and the extra work to get all those resources all by yourself. You imagine going up and down a cave trying to get, 15 of those or something, so you can get 15 bosses dead and times 2, and it just doesn't make any sense. You're just trying to feed the tech generator that provides power. It uses about an element a day, depending on how big the range is. And I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I said extinction is something I always liked because you can always get the element there, but you can't do anything with it. You go there and you make a base. You don't have a lot of flat land, so it's terrible for breeding. If you do put something there, it's been my experience that the damn orbital bombardment can start, and you get all these. I mean, literally, I've lost bases with those corrupted gigas. They just walked into my base, and sure enough, somebody did kite it in there, and that's not going to happen here. But a corrupted giga can still do it on its own. It's very rare, but it's not impossible. So it just depends. I'm thinking about it, and I'm not sure where to go with the game. I think if I do extinction, I'll have element, and they have element drops you can do, which is a bit of a challenge. And those are the 2 ways to get element there. So it's good to have a base there. However, you have to have it elevated, and you have to have it shielded from orbital bombardment. So you have to have it elevated, and it's probably going to be a very small base. Even the best pieces of land I found over there, they're wide open. So, they could be hit by one of those orbital bombardments. In Valguero, you have flat land, and you don't really have any problems with bombardments or wyvern running around loose. They usually don't leave their wyvern crack. I never see a wild ice wyvern anywhere. So it's a pretty safe place, but you'd have to find a way to get the element there. And the only way to transport element is as element dust. So I'm not sure where I should build a base. Rag is my backyard currently. Scorched used to be my backyard, but Rag is the one that I really enjoy because you can get gigas, black pearls, you can get megalodons, you can get anything you want there at good high level on Rag. You can also get good levels on Valguero from what I've seen, but you know, there's still the issue whether it's Rag or Valguero, or even if you did the center for some reason, which I wouldn't, but even if you did do that, you still have to transport element. The only place you can get element is either extinction or destroying bosses on various maps. Now, the highest element reward for a boss is 400 and some element. I forgot, 425 I think, or something like that. And that's for the Valguero map, and you're allowed to take Gigasauruses into there. You can take a Giga. If you can breed a good Giga, then you could technically kill the 3 bosses that make up that one boss arena. You know, you'd have to kill the Wyvern, the Gigantopithecus, which is the monkey. You basically have to kill the Wyvern, the dragon, the Manticore, and the giant ape, you know, King Kong. So you have to kill all 3 of them to get that 400 and some element. But the good thing is you're allowed a Giga in there. Just one good Giga and a bunch of good Rexes will rip the shit out of those guys. Especially if they have ascended saddles and damage mutations or health mutations. Either way, you win. Now, so I'm also debating and I'm thinking, well, Scorch has shit levels. I know it, you know it, the rest of the universe knows it. Why stay on Scorched? Very few people came to Scorched and stayed on Scorched. For some reason, I stayed because nobody else wanted it, so I took it. And I just so happened to like desert backgrounds. They remind me of Laredo. It's a big desert in a hole in the ground. But anyway, you know, I mean, I'll miss the map a little bit, and I could probably find other places to put things and make it flat. Like there's some desert land over there. I could probably use that. Just up top right here. Let me show you. Like this one up here. Right up here. Like this area, this corner is protected. So I would put the base right here. I wouldn't, what's this? Oh, these guys are still trying to, these guys are always getting themselves, oh, it's a male raptor. See what I'm saying? It's a good level, but it's not 150, it's not 145. And even then, I can get 10 145 to 150 raptors, and that doesn't mean they add up to jack. It doesn't. So you see this land? This is wide open here. Oh, is that a tech? Oh, let me get this tech. Okay. So this land here is wide open. All it needs is foundations to prevent spawns from coming in. Like here, I don't know if this is it. No, that's not one of them. And you know, all kinds of nasty spawn here. But look at the space. You put up walls here. Walls here. You go up here. You can get this whole damn piece. You have water. You have water here. You have water right there. There's also another one, I think, over here. I think I saw one right closer. Here. Here's one that's closer. You just put a water well there. You put a well there, and that's it. You're good. You get all the water you want. Or you can pipe it from the river at the bottom. You know, you have to put some vertical pipes, but that's it. Yeah. Now these guys, they won't spawn here. If you put your protections, technically you can clear out this entire area. I changed it so that if I put down a single foundation even, all this stuff will not respawn. So all this will be clean. There'll be no rocks, no bushes, no nothing. I have to come and clear it out manually. Clear all this out, put down foundations. But I could take this. I could take it. But here's the problem. As much as I love the desert, and as much as I think it's a great place, the levels suck. And you still have to transport element here. Or run that boss fight. And do I want to be killing 60 wyvern? Killing 60 wyvern per boss plus 3 caves for just I think it was like 230, 240 element for maybe 45. Maybe it was 245 for, you know, element here. So if my generator needs element, or I need to produce something that requires element, like a transmitter, because those are going to be important, I can't do it. If I go to Ragnarok, I could do, let's see, I think you can get the transmitter from Valgera, or you can get the transmitter from Ragnarok. So I'm thinking, I said, the base I should have should be on extinction. But extinction is so bad for breeding. What happens is, whenever you put a level into a creature, the level doesn't come out right. It's like there's a hunger or something. You go out into the desert and you experience hunger. That's a function of that map. But it also affects the breeding process. The animals are always of a lower quality by the increments you put into their levels. So here I would get so many points per level. Over there you'll get less points. You always get less points over there per level. Every other map will be the same points except that one. So the one with the element is essentially only there good for element harvesting, which is for, you know, getting dust, and, you know, because you could only transport it with dust. Now I'm admin here basically. This is my game. I can pretty much manifest thousands of element if I wanted to. I don't have to lift a finger, but that's not the point. It's trying to play the game. So once again, the center doesn't have any advantages. It's kind of rocky. Valgero has Gigasauruses, and so does Rag. The element's on extinction, but it has that problem with the damn the animals that just wind up weak. I mean, you could breed them, but the second you put just one level into any of them, just if you put one accidental level in there, you just ruin the creature. Becomes weak. So I just don't know what to think. You know, I mean, I personally like extinction, and I like the look. I had a base there, but like I said, they what's it called? Where they guide an animal in there and destroyed you. Griefed me. They griefed me. That's what it's called. Griefing. And I'm like, damn. I put a lot of work into that damn base, and I lost a lot of creatures. And they tracked the asshole who did it, and they got rid of his ass. But damn, I could not believe that shit. I really couldn't. I mean, it's just a damn video game. Why are you griefing people? Why are you destroying people's bases by, you know, kiting these uber corrupted creatures in there? I mean, and just get off on it and steal your shit. Anyway, sucks, man. So anyway, the other idea I had, besides just trying to expand out forget about Scorched, and just maybe move some shit over to another map and start over, was, well, just start a new character on a new map, do the same thing I did here, and just see if I can survive and see what I can do with it. It's another thing I can do. However, I'm just not too sure. Excuse the music in the background. That's my neighbors. It's not me. But you get what I'm saying. I'm trying to debate. I say, what map should I even bother with? You know, the island, it doesn't have any special advantages. It's a very base map. I can't imagine anyone bothering with it. The highest element boss is Valguero, but you got to take on 3. But you can take a Giga to munch on them. You can even take, I think, 2 Gigas or 3 Gigas. One guy did it with like 3 Gigas. And some Rexes and some other small creatures. I forgot what they're called. But anyway, I just thought I'd say that this is pretty interesting. I really don't know what to do. It's like, do I want to go where the element is and not be able to breed anything there, or put levels into my creatures? But I'll have transmitters there immediately available. That's the good thing about Extinction. Transmitters are everywhere. So I don't know. I'm just debating. Ragnarok has everything I like. Pelt, black pearls, polymer, red drops in the desert. There's a small desert over there. All kinds of stuff. You know, I can find flatland over there. I can find Gigasauruses over there. It all points to Rag. I always wind up going back to Rag as a base, as a real base, a full base. Not a breeding base, not a resource collection. Metals over there. There's an island over there that has nothing hostile. Everything is a passive creature. I could literally take the entire island. I don't even have to put a fence up. That's how passive it is. You know? But I don't have the tech transmitter. I would have to kill the dragon, I believe, in order to get a tech transmitter, or the guys on Valguero. So I'm thinking. And then I'm thinking some more. So, like I said, the good thing is that there's tech transmitters all over Extinction. And you can farm for element there and do it that way. Or you could do the element drops. But like I said, the second you put a level into an animal, it'll get sick. It'll get reduced. So, you know, it just... like, where's the perfect map? And then you have other ones like the Crystal Isles one. The Crystal Isles, I took the whole Green Obby to myself. The whole peninsula was mine. I was really enjoying that. I don't know if... I think I uploaded those videos. I'm not sure. And it looked okay. But getting element there would be just as bad as anywhere else. The only place element is readily available is on Extinction. But that has that dinosaur sickness. So you can't breed anything there. And if you're breeding stuff, even with the enhanced breeding that this thing has, I mean, within an hour that you have a full new dinosaur. I mean, that's an incredible advantage. So I'm just debating, what should I do? It's been 24 minutes and I'm just thinking about it, you know, just talking and thinking about the options. I would miss Scorched. But see, here in Scorched, I can level shit up and it actually gets full level. Here in Scorched, I know it. I don't have to do the boss all the time here. I can try to get elements somewhere else. But do I want to come back here to get resources? And the truth is, the black pearls, the only way to get the black pearls over here, on Scorched, is by killing death worms. The only way to get element over there on Ragnarok is by going under the water and just picking it up and going back up. It's a water thing. See, that's the thing. Rag has water creatures, a variety of them. You know, you can have, in some of these caves require water creatures. It also has swamps. It has pretty much every environment. I can get Spinos over there. Spinos are a good level. I prefer Spinos to Rexes. I fell out of love with Rexes because Spinos are amphibious. I mean, you could pretty much, you get the speed boost with water. You can carry distance. You could do good damage. It's just as good as a Rex. I thought Spinos were kind of weird and awkward, and they are when they walk. But besides that waddle, they're better than Rexes in my opinion. And you can get Spinos there, good levels. You can get Thylos there, good levels. You know, I know exactly where to go get even good Raptors. I prefer Tech Raptors. I really don't like regular Raptors. I only consolidated the ones I had here on this map just to have something to work with. And I didn't have a big sample, and as you know, these levels suck here. But the thing is, you know, Rag has creatures I can tame and consolidate and breed. It has space. It has space, flatland space. It has resources. It has pretty much everything I need. And in order to get the tech transmitter, I can do the dragon with whatever creatures I tame there. And that's it. Or I can try to do Valguero and try to get that 400 element, which is, you know, okay, but I would have to spend most of my early game breeding and capturing gigas and things like that. You know, it requires a lot of metal. The good thing is I know where the metal is over there. There's a metal cave. Nothing spawns in that metal cave. And you can just set up shop there, have your, you know, have a thing there, you know, put a bed there and just, you know, bed transport, cook a bunch of metal, and boom, you're ready to go. So Valguero has its advantages, but if you ask me, hey, where's the black pearls on Valguero? The only place I know of to get black pearls of Valguero is those little creatures in the water, those little, whatever they are, those little crab things or whatever. And those are rare. I don't see those a lot. So, in reality, when I think of it in terms of everything I know, which is some of the things I just told you. And I think the best place to get creatures and tame them is Rag. The best place to get resources, base resources, is Rag. And the best place to get element is Extinction, because of the element drops and things like that. So I could try to do a base for creating things, you know, crafting base on Extinction, and a breeding base on either Valguero or Ragnarok, because I can double Ragnarok for resource collection. Either way, I have to do the dragon, or I have to do the Valguero boss, which is 3 bosses at once, which is hard because I need to get a tech transmitter. It's really a bitch to go and transport things between maps without a tech transmitter. You just really can't do it well. In this game, if I want to use a tech transmitter or one of those obbies, I actually have to take all my clothes off and put it in there. Put it in to take my clothes and all my property that I have on my person, I have to put it in the, in the transmitter or in the obby to put it on the other side. I can't carry it on my person. For some reason, it takes scripting or something to do that, maybe. I don't have that scripting available. It's pretty much time for me to disconnect this thing. So, in hindsight, I think that the Scorched Earth The Scorched Earth series is over. And I think I'm going to do just a regular general Ark Survival series. And it's going to branch out from the resources I have now. I'll make that tech replicator here because I can. And oops, wrong one. And what I'll do is I'll just go between the maps, because basically all the good resources are on RAG. The good boss is on Valguero. There's really nothing here. All the levels here suck, so I can't tame anything here. I can have a base here, but I'd still have to transfer element by element dust or kill the boss to feed my replicator. But the element, I can have a crafting base on Extinction and a taming base on Valguero and a taming base / resource base on RAG. Or I can say screw it and just go back to RAG like I usually wind up doing and just do my best to maintain that base. So either way, we're going to be moving base. We're not going to stay on Scorched. And I'm going to continue playing the game, but it won't be based on the map. I'll just call it Ark Survival Evolved Gameplay, I guess. I don't know. I'll think of something. I'll make a new title. And I'll start an episode 1, and it'll be a continuation, and just pick off where I left off. I don't want to start from 0, because when I do that, it just takes forever to do basic resources. I just consolidated Thylos that are decent. They're not the best. I just consolidated these Wyvern. They're decent. They're not the best. The birds, same thing. They're decent, not the best. So that's what I want to do. See, at 32 minutes, I hear one of my cats out there crying because he's too lazy to climb the balcony. Bottom line is, I just I want to have fun. I want to enjoy myself, and I just want to do a regular game. I want to do what I would normally do if I was in a regular Ark server. And if I need black pearls, I go to RAG. If I needed metal, I could go to RAG, or I can go to Valguero to the metal cave. There's also other metal caves. I guess it doesn't really matter. But at the same token, I mean, Scorch, as much as I love the environment, I'd still have to go to another map and make a small base over there just so I can start taming stuff. And that's why I made extra cryo fridges. I still have to make more cryo pods. But, I have to work with what I've got and go from there. But, I don't know. I want to stay here, take this area I'm standing in right now, all this. Just take it all. Oh, drop. But I can't because, well, it's not perfectly flat. It'll work, but it's not perfectly flat. Let's see. I don't know. Nothing. See, the drops suck here, too. On Valguero, I'll get ascended stuff all the time. Valguero and RAG, I'll definitely get ascended stuff all the time. Just by passing by, I pick something up, boom, ascended Doedicurus saddle. Or ascended Thylos saddle, which would come in handy in a cave. Now, if we do all the bosses, let's say I want to go to RAG, and my primary purpose there at this time is just to do the RAG boss. Am I going to bother setting up a tech? You know what I mean? Am I going to bother setting up a tech replicator? No, because I'm just there to do the boss. I'm just there. I'm going to do a small base with just enough storage and just enough, I'll need walls more than anything. I'll take walls over there pre-made and, have a taming base to tame Rexes or whatever, or Spinos in my case. I might want to do some Spinos. But anyway, I don't know. We'll see. I guess I could just take what I need over there to rag, set up base over there, and don't make anything tech. Make it like I have here, just base electrical only, regular machinery, nothing tech oriented yet. Make the tech replicator. I could even leave it here in storage, because once I log off this map, it just all freezes. It doesn't continue to perpetuate. So the second you leave is the second you come back. So I don't know. I feel like I want to do the dragon on rag and have access to the resources I need, and I can accumulate resources there. And if I could get the tech transmitter there, if I can get the Ingram unlocked, I can take the replicator I make here over there and make tech transmitters to easily facilitate the transfer of materials. Best I got. You could put one of those in every base, on every map, and next to every real resource, and you're fine. It's easy to transport your stuff. You can take a whole 50 stacks of metal anywhere you want. So, I don't know. Normally, traditionally, you want to have one major base, but there's no map that really encapsulates everything. Extinction has too much of a deficit to it as far as breeding animals. I mean, you could go over there, you could take animals from somewhere else and breed them and consolidate them over there. That's not a problem. That will work. But the second you put one level into them, just one level, the whole thing shrinks. It's at like 500%, it goes down to, instead of going more than 500%, like 520, it goes down to like 470 or something like that. It does the opposite. And once you do it, though, it stays consistently bad. But I mean, that's not an unusable creature. It's just that you don't like to use or lose percentages because of a damn environment. A map environment. You just don't want to blow. What the hell? So what I had to do when I was playing around is I would go ahead and breed the creatures there, cryo them, take them to another map, and then level them up over there, like rag or whatever. It's the only thing I could do. My cat's going crazy out there. Let me go ahead and get him in here so he can shut up. Let him pass. Okay? He's cold. Come on. I'll get you. Come on. We'll get you. No. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. It's okay. okay, brother. Don't worry about it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Have a good Friday. It's okay, brother. No, no, no. No fighting. No fighting. Okay, get back. Back in there. It's okay, boy. Get back in there. Stay in there. Calm down. She goes out there, so she knows I'll kick her ass out. It's okay, brother. It's okay. Boy. No, boy. Come on. Shh, 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 shh. It's okay. I'm sorry. One cat bit another cat's face off, and he's scared. And the other cat basically bit his head off, and he's scared. And they're just, yeah. It's a most interesting thing. Cats. They're just like people. Different personalities, different methods of expressing themselves, and it's just amazing how much they're just like people. Anyway, I was talking about this. Yeah, so I have to make a final decision, but I don't have to make a tech base. So what I'll do is I'll move base to rag and take advantage of the resources, kill the dragon, and if everything goes well, I should be able to, maybe make a main base at Extinction and go from there. That's it. What I could do if I really want to is just accumulate resources, and when the time comes, you can have a tech replicator at a rag base, turn it on, use it, and then turn off the generator. You don't have to leave the generator on all the time unless you have cryoed creatures there. You don't have to have the generator unless you have stuff in the freezer that needs to be kept. I rarely use the traditional kibble. I use just prime meat, whatever meat I can get my hands on that works, or veggies that work. I don't really do a lot of that stuff, Let's get this drop. So I think I'm just going to move to rag, which is what I do traditionally at this point, and just enjoy the easy to get resources there. I mean, they're just super available. Like here, see, this drop's okay, but I would prefer something ascended, like an ascended saddle that has good stats on it, doesn't cost a fortune. I got an ascended Uranus saddle, but it costs a fortune. It gives you maybe double what a normal saddle would be. That's it. So it's not really worth the money or the resources. But over there, I have a better chance of getting those things, So I think I'll probably, for the sake of ease of, whoa, where's my boys here? Where? This is warrior. I'm supposed to have, where are the females? There's the lightning wyvern, and there's where's the other female lightning wyvern? There's two of them. What happened? Shoot. There was two lightning wyvern females. I only see one there. The other one is a new one that I just hatched. So where the hell did she go? That's weird. I just lost a female somehow. She's not around here. I don't know, that's weird. Dude, that's a male. Lightning Wyvern 180. That Lightning Wyvern 170 is probably one of the females. But where's the other female? It's not the one I'm on. The one I'm on's already been built up. Mine's a warrior. So this is a female. Yeah, it's a 170 female. That's supposed to be his breed mate for some reason. Let me go chomp on them. I love getting those free electronics too much. Got no choice. There we go. Enough of that. Thinking. I thought she would be around here. She's in the area. She should have rested somewhere. She didn't die, right? Zappo was killed. That's the last thing that died was Zappo. So that means that that female is alive somewhere. Yeah. I prefer, if I do Rexes, I prefer Tech Rexes, which are rare. They're hard to get a hold of. It's not impossible, it's just really rare. So it would take forever to get them. But regular Rexes are readily available, and then you can mutate them. Where the heck is that other female? I'm wondering if I froze her already. Because the name is... No, wait a minute. This one's not named. Oh, that raptor's running around. I'm wondering if maybe that's a 170 standard that I put out. And maybe I put away the prime females, or... Let's see, F. Okay, that's got a mutation. I should have two mutated dinos. Oh, maybe that's one of the mutated dinos. Let me check. I don't know. I'm getting confused here in my old age, guys. Bear with me. Let's see. What the hell's going on here? That's Prime. This is a female. Does she have mutations? No. So that's a non-mutated female. That might be one of the females that they use as a base, but I usually put F170 and that's not named. Let me try this one. F170? No. 170? Zero mutations. Oh, it's another male lightning wyvern. Oh yeah, they're different levels because I'm wondering what's going on there. I probably fudge anyway. This is a male. That's a new warrior. So I don't know what happened to my other female. I lost a female. And change name F170 Prime. And make sure she has no mutations. Okay. So I thought maybe I cryoed her, but I think what happened is I just lost her. She could have taken off and followed me for a while and then just got struck behind. I'm going to get those primary guys out of there. I don't really need them right there. And we'll do that. That's fine. Yeah, as long as you got a male and a female, you're okay. Could be worse. Well, if I see a rogue female 170 somewhere, I know what happened, you know. She got disappeared somehow. Yeah, that's a dude there, so. Anyway, like I was saying. So what I'll do is I'll probably just set up shop over there and take care of that. I know a good place next to the Wyvern Scar, and it's not too bad at all, and it's plenty of land to work with. Well, somewhat land to work with, and I'll just do it. I'll just do that, and that's it. So for that, I'll need like 30 behemoth gates. The good thing is it has a water pen there. That's a natural water pen, so I'll be able to do that. And yeah, it's just a matter of creating whatever I need here to get started over there. You basically go down a list, you know, and you start making you know, all the base resources here, all the structures here, and you send them over there, and that's it. All right, we're at 52 minutes. I think I'm just gonna do rag and do the dragon, and like I said, for that I'll need I'll probably need a Yudi and a bunch of Rexes. These Rexes I have here are very substandard. I might wind up just killing them because there's no way they're going to have a good stat that I could use. That's the only downside to all that. Yeah, here's Warrior. Dude, this is the guy I already leveled up, so I know it's not him. I know it's not him. Let's see, got that. Let me go ahead and put this in here. Always keep a cryo on you in case, you know, you can keep a cryo or a disposable escape creature. So you just throw it out and then get on it and run like hell if you have to. Alright. I got the gauntlet. I thought they were like leggings or something for this, but I guess I didn't get the leggings because I probably need to kill the alpha to get them. But I got the beta trophy. Yeah, and your main place is supposed to be where you keep all your main trophies. You know, that's where it is. So probably wind up taking all these home. But I think you can transfer the artifacts. I don't think there's a problem with those artifacts. That's just a way of displaying them. But anyway, we'll go ahead and do that. And so I guess it's off to rag, no tech, and a bunch of behemoth gates, and that's pretty much it. it. The good thing is that there's plant species X there. I'll probably make the same design that I have on the Twisted server. That's probably what I'll do. And just kind of hang in there. Right now on the Twisted server, I'm just logging in and just... I log in, stay there for a bit, and then I leave just so I don't lose my shit. If, you know, you're gone for a week at a time, I don't think they'll care. And I just do that on the weekends to make sure I don't lose that stuff. I have a lot of stuff over there. I wish I could transfer to my personal game. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I had so much fun here, guys. This, you know, this brought back the old days when I left Cow Dog, and Cow Dog was like, okay, you can go ahead and have your base on Scorched Earth, but just make sure we get plenty of oil. And I had several vaults of oil and gasoline ready for them to just come and take what they needed. That's what I had. I had some tech there. I had something the size of a warehouse right down the place where I showed you. That's where I had my main base, and it was all adobe. And then I tried glass, because glass is also it'll protect you from the heat storm as well as glass. And then one time I got attacked by a wild wyvern that just so happened to be there. And then Cow gave me some Velanosaurs, which are the ones that shoot things at you. Yeah, like the Velanosaurs, you get them on extinction. That's one way to go get them. But like I said, I wouldn't want to breed anything over there. So I can try to get the tech transmitter. If I get the tech transmitter, then I can just, you know, arbitrarily move element dust if I need it and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I should just make RAG a resource base where I gather resources and I have a base that's close to an obby and just use the obby, because I can build on the obbies. As you see, I can put walls and stuff. Just take an obby and use it to collect resources. What do I need? Black pearls. I can do some desert drops, you know, stuff like that. I can make vaults now, so I can have vaults, take vaults over there, metal foundations, behemoth gates. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to, you know what? I think we're going to go back to Valguero and breed over there, take the resources from RAG, eventually come back and do the caves on RAG to do the I think I have to do the beta dragon, at least the beta dragon, to get the tech transmitter. And once I get that tech transmitter over there, I'll probably do my main base somewhere else. But I definitely don't think I'll be doing it here, as much as I love this glorious death worm filled desert. Yeah. I think in second thought I should just use RAG as a hunting ground, a breeding base, and a resource gathering base, and just don't do any tech there. Put the main base on extinction, because the main base can use tech, and the element is readily available there. There's orbital drops and stuff like that. That would be ideal, but I don't know. We'll see. Thing about breeding bases and all that is what you really need is land. Clean land you can put your big dinos on. If you can get that going, then you're good. So anyway, these are long-term plans. These long-term plans are subject to judicial review. and we'll see what happens with that too, because that has not gone through yet. And that's pretty much it. You know, all I can do is be in my best behavior, pop a salute, and remind them that I'm an American. So anyway, oh, is this charged? Yeah. she didn't bother responding. It's people begging for groceries. I'm like, why? You have food stamps. You're both working and you have food stamps. What the hell? What it is they don't want to cook, or they don't have the time to cook. Sometimes people don't have the time to cook, or they don't want to cook. And when I made it through college, and just a side note, when I went through college, I was eating dollar burgers from like Jack in the Box, sometimes Wendy's. Wendy's had the double stack. They probably still do. I was eating dollar tacos in the mornings. Breakfast was always cheap tacos. Whatever cheap food I could afford, that's what I would eat. And I would eat those things because it was on the go. It was a drive-through away, and I didn't have to do anything except pay them a little bit of money to survive. When I was going through college, I was living off my Diamond Shamrock card, which I had the default on. But I would get like those dollar hot dogs, those big hot dogs like this, the rotisserie food. That's what filled me up. That's what kept me going. Occasionally this and that, chips or whatever. And that's how I survived. Some people I know, when they get $40, they may think, well, that's like 4 meals. $40 is 4 meals, $10 a meal. But the truth is, that's very steep for a meal. That's a high-end meal with a drink. You can go out there and get yourself, even now, I think they're like $1.50 now. At $1.50, you get yourself a couple of burgers, you drink water, or take some Kool-Aid or something cheap with you, like Crystal Light. Or I have a bunch of Crystal Light I bought because when I was living in the car. And because I just didn't want to have water all the time. I wanted something with flavor. So Crystal Light or anything cheap like that. And you can survive, Like right now, I had leftovers from 2 days ago. Some veggie, penne pasta with some zucchini mixed in, some mushroom. I don't think I put any olives in there. I didn't have any. But I just threw it together with the cheapest spaghetti sauce. The spaghetti sauce in that big can. It really doesn't taste much like spaghetti sauce, but I put, Italian spices, garlic powder, that red pepper to give it a spiciness. So I spruce up my meal to compensate for the fact that it's cheap. And I save a lot of money when I do that. That's how I'm surviving. Just my grandmother, it's a bit personal, but my grandmother, she was in Kansas. I remember when she was a kid, I stayed with her. And her and Grandpa, I swear to you, they ate those little cocktail wieners, and they ate crackers with a little bit of cheese. And they considered that a full meal. I looked at that and I was like, what the heck is this? I was like, oh. But now that I look back, I see, she would brush her teeth every day. That woman would get up. She got Alzheimer's and eventually she passed away. One of my uncles took care of her because I couldn't. I was still going to college and trying to get a career going, which didn't happen either. But that woman was 1,000% determination. That woman had military-like discipline. She was alive when Hitler was in power over there, trying to take over the world. She escaped that. She used to be one of those maids that would scrub the floors. She would scrub the floors. That's how she survived. And just between us, since I know that only the faithful would still be on, I talked to her on the phone because I had moved around a lot. I got her on the phone and I said, Grandma, I said, what was Hitler's problem? And she goes, because nobody liked him. Everybody wanted him out of power and all this, unless that was just more propaganda, which wouldn't surprise me. She goes, in the beginning, he tried to get people off the streets. He tried to get them jobs. He tried to help people in the beginning. Because at that time, that was a depression for Germany. Germany was in a depression when he started coming up to power. And then she goes, in the end, he went crazy. He just went crazy. And I go, what do you mean? And she goes, well, he was like that guy, that preacher in Texas. And I go, you mean David Koresh? David Koresh? That guy that thought he was Jesus and slept with all his parishioners' wives, shit. And she goes, yes, he was crazy. I said, so basically what she was saying was that in the end he became like a kind of a crazy antichrist kind of Messiah. He thought he was a Messiah figure, and the power just went to his head. Can you imagine if tomorrow Soto Desperado became the equivalent of the Pope of Rome? Wouldn't the power go to my head? I mean, it would start off small. Maybe I just get my own parking space, put some armed guards there. That sort of thing. It starts small, and then it gets more and more corruption, and this corruption in society becomes a norm. And he probably saw himself, just like they said, as a superior race or a superior being. And that's not how it works. Superior people, superior beings, they don't do a lot of evil. They don't do a lot of harm. They don't do a lot of negativity, period. At least I've never seen one that was extremely negative. That's why I no longer consider myself truly a divine being. What I am is someone who was called, chosen, and then cast aside, not with force, but by neglect. I was simply neglected. My mom neglected me. My father abandoned me. And society just didn't care about that either way. I got another canteen. So anyway, boo-hoo-hoo. The bottom line is that, life in the real world sucked. And that's why we retreated to video games. Because video games, I can be a hero, I can be a villain, but here I can be something. I have my own base, as shoddy as it is. Later on it'll improve. I'll move over to another map. What I really need to do is tame and consolidate animals that will help me get through caves, kill bosses, get more tech engrams, and build more foundation. And these guys right here, these guys are so low level. 125 is the highest one I got there. 135 is the highest male I got there. Big Daddy. So 135 is the highest potential of that consolidation. 135. Well, plus maybe 50 levels. I think you get more if you breed them. But you see what I'm saying? This is a limited area. And when you're in a limited area, you have to just say, you know what, screw it, I'm going to where there aren't any limits. So in this case, I move into probably Rag for resource gathering and taming, maybe Vulgaro, and eventually I should just make a base on Extinction. And screw it. And I know where some of the bases are on Extinction. So the question is, do I want to worry about tech right now? Do I want to try to build a lot of tech? Now I have 135 element here. I can only use 100. The other 35 is pretty much wasted, right? Okay. So if I do this, I look at the tech engrams. I look here. What did I earn with that beta? Do I need a rifle? No. Do I need this tech armor now? No. I could use these. I could really use these. But do I really need them? No. That's why I can make vaults. Do I need a tech shield? No. Do I need this? Tapejara tech saddle? No. What do I need? 1, 2, 3. And right now, I don't need this immediately. I don't need this immediately because I can make regular gas and electricity. All I really need to do is make sure that I take 100 of that element and produce a tech replicator before I leave this map. Even if I leave it here in storage, I need to produce it. And that's it. Out of all that shit that I got, what can I practically use here? Just the tech replicator. Have that ready so that when I do decide to do tech, I have one ready already. I don't have to make it. I have the, see, it's metal, crystal, element, I got it. Polymer, I can try to get from the desert. Black pearl, I think I have enough. I have to check. I'm pretty sure I have enough, and if not, then, well, I'll have to deal with it. Let's see, do I have... No, I don't have any black pearls there. Bunch of skins. So, you know, I'll check to see how many black pearls I have. I think I need 150. Come on, where's the black pearls? No. No. Just want to make sure. Let's see. So I'm going to go over there and see how many black pearls I have in storage. If I have 150, I consider myself lucky. I really will. That's the minimum I need. Now what I could also do is, you know, take some of the scuba gear I have pre-made. There's some more of these. Here's 12. I knew I had some spare around. And there's the rest of it's going to be in storage over there. So let me get on this bird and get over there. Come on. Alright, and get on first bird. Get fuchsia over there. I don't want to forget the cryo the animal. I can just transfer all these animals over there once I get a base secured. Just start another small base. Make it for breeding. Resource gathering, breeding. Resource gathering, breeding. Gas based. That's what I have on the Twisted server right now. I have that. Anything else? 16. Alright, I got 28 right there. Let's go in here. Look at that. I'm just short. I am just short. Look at that. Yeah. I don't know what that is. Could be a raptor. Wait a minute. Let me double check. Just short. I'm at 131. 131. So I need 150. So that's what? 9? 19. 19. You know? See, that's why I like Zappo. Zappo most definitely was a kick-ass guy. So you see, over there on Rag, I can breed a better wyvern. Or if I find another lightning wyvern like this, it's another 170, I might go for it. You know, because I don't want to diversify into too many different wyverns. I really don't. I don't like to do that. It's just annoying. So anyway, like right now with this, I got too much junk on here. Let me dump some of this. I keep forgetting. I need those electronics there. Yeah, having a base here, electrically based base, it's just a pain in the butt. As you can see, it's just degrading, one thing or another. Okay. Alright. Let's do this. And we'll put this over. No, I can't get there. Can't get there. put this away here. 135 element, man, oh man. Yeah, I want all the electronics here because I use them to repair stuff. And the rest of this junk I'll just put it over here somewhere. Wherever. There we go. Anyway, I'm gonna empty them out. So essentially, the mission is to create the tech replicator. So I guess I'll put a couple more episodes in for Scorched Earth until I get the tech replicator made, and then I'll start branching out. And then eventually, you know, I'll just start moving to that new channel, or not new channel, new episodes. I don't know if I should just stay on Rag for a while, tame up and breed a bunch of stuff. We might do Scorched Earth PvE to, because there's no real reason to come back here, you know, unless I want to do the alpha. And I won't come back here unless I've got a bunch of really bred birds. So, you know, we'll go from there. Who knows? I may not even have the time to do Rag. I may wind up significantly delayed. So, yeah, it's just kind of sad. I just expected so much better for myself in life, but that's okay. Sometimes you find out behind the scenes they're making a bunch of decisions for you without your consent, and they see you as nothing more than an asset in their corporation. I could be a fucking genius, and they wouldn't be anything more than another asset in their corporation. I could do anything. Cure cancer. Make a robot that can wipe your ass when you're 80. And they still wouldn't give a shit. Corporate's cold and dead. Just like the money system behind it, like the justice system and the rest of the parts of the government. But I will maintain this. Throughout everything, uniformly, throughout all of creation, this is what makes the difference. And this is what I've observed, objectively. The only thing that makes the difference is good people. Good people. Sometimes you meet somebody that's a good person. They'll have bad attributes. They won't be perfect. They may be nasty. They may look ugly. They may be from a different culture, different family, a different whatever. And in the end, good people with good intentions make the difference. And that includes people with faith, people who believe in virtue, in benevolence, in love, forgiveness. That makes the difference in the world. Nothing else can. Legalism is judgment. Just like remember, there's the law and then there's the spirit of the law. The law is a very rigid codex that you go by to process, I don't know, individuals. The spirit of the law is where we have these rules so we don't have to throw people away, so we don't have to destroy lives, so we don't have to do any harm, so we can save people. The rigid code will always throw people away, but it's the spirit of the law that saves them. It's the spirit of the law that says, no, we will have compassion. We will show mercy. We will give them another chance. And when I learned that way back, and I think it was Political Science 101 or something like that. I think it could have been that or history. I realized there is a big difference there. It's a difference between legalism and just making good old-fashioned heart decisions out of love. And a lot of people, they make a good heart decision out of love, and they just don't like being taken advantage of. Like, I was generous to somebody close to me as much as I could, and I'm very poor. I live paycheck to paycheck like most people. And they just keep trying to mooch and mooch and mooch and mooch, begging and pleading, and it's like, I can't do it. I'm not made out of money. And essentially what happened is I had to cut them off, and I had to help them to realize that all that begging isn't going to put the money in my pocket to give to you. You have to stay on the budget. And if you don't have the money, you have to go without. That's why I like working from home. It costs me more electricity because of all the extra equipment and all that. But I don't have to spend gas. I don't have to put wear and tear on the car. You know what I'm saying? There's advantages. I get to cook at home, make food here, have it ready for lunch. Just cook it in the morning, have it ready for lunch. I could even make a salad at night and have it ready for lunch the next day and save a lot of money. As you guys know, food prices are going up. I know it's 1 hour and 21 minutes. I'm sorry. But food prices are going up, and now we're just going to have to find clever ways to keep that down. That includes not going out so much. And it's designed to destroy the economy, so the economy will probably be destroyed anyway. But if you want to survive and you want to be completely destitute, you'll cut corners and you'll, I don't want to buy more soda. When I drank that soda the other day or earlier today, that's the last of the soda. I bought that soda because I got, I don't have to call in to schedule. I celebrated and I bought a cheap pizza from Little Caesars. Just a cheap one, a veggie for like under $10. And I even shared it with a homeless guy. And the guy was saying that I don't have anywhere to go and all that. And I go, I would, I'd help you, but I don't know you. And I don't want to wake up with my throat cut, I have a room over here that I'm not living in that I want to rent out maybe one day. And I have the rest of my stuff here in the living room that is still not blocked off. So somebody can sneak in here, cut my throat, I mean, I'm not being fear pornish. I'm just saying I have to be careful. You don't know. Devil can get a hold of anybody, apparently. It happens for real. So it's just important that people learn the hard lesson, and sometimes love is letting them learn that hard lesson. And that's what the Lord did for me. The blessing of the Lord for me in my life has been letting me learn the hard lesson, even though I whine and I cry and I bitch. And later on I may still whine and cry and bitch, but not today. We forget the lessons we learned. We go back into old modes of thinking, and that is why we fail sometimes, because we forget the lessons. So I think it's important that we realize that good people with good intention, even though they don't want to be made a sucker, okay, which happens a lot, they get conned every time, have good intention. And they also have the right to protect themselves from being taken advantage of. So that's why I cut that individual off, and I realized that this person cannot keep a budget. She's almost as old as I am, and she can't keep a budget. She can't stop spending. They can't overcome the temptation to go out and buy a full meal. There's restaurants that I would love to go to, but I can't afford it. It's a waste of money. I can get 3 meals for that one meal. 3. It's crazy. There's no reason to do that. Just because it's because of the ambiance. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'll let the rich people that already have their investments and their businesses going, that can afford that, I'll let them go and take advantage of that service. I know this is coming out of somewhere, but I had that experience today where somebody was just trying to mooch. It's like, I can't afford that. I can't afford to support you. I barely feed my cats. My poor baby's over here. One of them, no matter what I give her, she doesn't eat the damn food. She might lick it a little. A couple of them were throwing up the hard food that I have for them. They can't even keep it down. You know, me, I had that leftovers, and I added a little bit extra pasta to spoof it up a bit. You know, I already had spices. It was leftover. It was good, pretty much the way it is, but I didn't have enough noodles, so I put some more noodle or pasta, and I had a meal. And I had some other little snacks. I had these little chocolate things, you know, little chocolate kernels. I have diabetes, so what I do is I get the baking chocolate, which has less sugar, and I get the one with the dark chocolate that's a lot of cocoa, or somewhat cocoa. It's not completely, and it's just in between. It's like semi-sweet, and I'll have a few of those, and that's my little chocolate bar. That's it, and that lasts a long time. I still have the bag. You get a big bag like this for very little, and it lasts a long time. People have to learn to survive, stretch out the food, stretch out the money. I have to pay electricity. I have to pay certain things. But if I'm not using something, I turn it off. The only lights that I like are these little lights here. You see this? This little light right here? I don't know if you can see it. That little light right there, the company gave it to me. And it's just a little USB light. It has a USB charger and a switch, and it's foldable, and it's cheap. It's just a cheap little night light. I'll use these because I don't like being in perfect darkness or anything like that. I don't like being in perfect darkness, and I'll leave that on if I have to. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to move this to the kitchen because my kitchen night light went out. The old-fashioned one with the little bulbs in it. I still had one of those from way back with the little bulbs. The bulb went out, and I don't think I have any replacements. So I have it there. I'll look for the replacements later. But you see what I'm saying? You know, for now, I'll just use this. The company gave me this for free. You know, dumb little things like this save you money. Not going out. Like, I can go anywhere I want for up to 75 miles radius, thanks to the judge, because of what happened. You know, my personal issue. But do you see me going out? No. If I go out, I just went out for that pizza to celebrate, and that was it. I went pick some stuff up, cheap stuff at H-E-B, and come back home. I don't want to waste gas. I don't want to put wear and tear in the car. Repairing a car is expensive. It could be anywhere from $200 to $1,000 or more. People have to learn to survive. I know this is coming kind of weird from Soto, but the point is that, you know, I lived in the park when I was a kid. I lived in the car recently when I got thrown out of my apartment. I know what hard times are. And my heart goes out to anybody going through that shit. It sucks. I saw those guys in jail, and I couldn't believe that society would do that to these people. I mean, it's disgusting. And I couldn't believe that their crimes are so heinous that this kind of behavior and treatment was justified. So the way I see it, it's just evil. But you tell that to a judge, and a judge is going to go, well, so is rape, so is murder. And I go, those people are there because they got drunk and they did something stupid. They have a drinking problem. They need help. When have you offered them counseling? When have you offered them a service? The truth is they're not there to help society. They're there to process society. Helping society and processing are two different things. And they're not interested. They asked me 5 times if I wanted to commit suicide during the process. And not once did they ask me if I needed counseling, if I thought maybe I had mental issues, medical issues. They asked me if I had pre-diagnosed medical issues. I told them I have diabetes, but it's not diagnosed. And they just threw it out. They just threw it out. It didn't matter. They're not productive. They're not progressive. So essentially, the way I see it, the parasites are in control, just like Tony Stark Revat. And they're going to run this world and everybody in it to the ground. and they're never going to stop until everybody's dead and they're sitting on a pile of skulls because they think they are so good and so righteous. And the truth is, nobody is righteous. Nobody. Not the best intentioned person, not even Jay. Not even Jay is righteous. Nobody is. If I found any righteousness, I'd probably shit myself. And I'd probably shit sideways, as a matter of fact. Against the wall, right? I just haven't found any real righteous people. I found good people, faithful people, powerful people, strong people, interesting, inventive, genius people. But I've never found a truly righteous person. I haven't found somebody that's 100% good either. Just saying, that's the way it is. But it's easy to say that to the camera. You say that to a room full of people, and wow, your ass is going to get it. Anyway, I've had a lot of thought to put into this game. And I think we're going to, like I said, going back to the game. I'm sorry. I don't know why I got sidetracked. Going back to the game. I'm going to make that tech replicator. I have the forges there. I have the metal there. I'm going to get that done. I had the poly. So I'm just going to make that in the green obby. Once I make that and use up that element, I'll have it put aside in storage and I'll leave it there. And I'll start picking and choosing what animals I want to take over there. And just go ahead and go to RAG and start doing stuff. I do have to make a bunch of dino gates, or actually behemoth gates, if I'm going to go over there. And I think that's about it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I haven't gone to RAG in the game ever. I don't think I've ever gone to RAG in the game. I know I've gone to the center and some other places. I was considering Valguero, but I don't know the territory as well as I could. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You know. Right now, I want to go to RAG and tame a better bird, because those birds are still low level. I want to tame Rexes just to have them. I want to see if I can snag some tech Rexes. That's what I prefer, really. At least do Spinos. I should tame Spinos and tech Rexes if I can find any tech Rexes. And yeah. Anyway, there's lots of work to do, and I've talked enough. It's been an hour and a half. I thank you for your patience, guys, and enjoy your weekend or your time off. Enjoy every little bit life has to offer, because in jail, a small packet of ketchup is a luxury. It's a luxury item, and you can't afford it most of the time. You just can't get it. A little bottle of ketchup, shit. That's going to be $20 or something. That's how crazy that is for a bottle of ketchup, dude. That's why, you know, I'm going to use up all my resources here. The tea, I bought like boxes and boxes of tea being used up. Boxes and boxes of, you know, instant tea, Crystal Light. It's going to be used up. I'm going to go through every resource that I can use. I was going to sell the Jackery, but I'm going to try to hold on to it, see if my sister can hold on to it for me. And because that's $1,000, and who knows, maybe I can use it one day. I would love to trade this car in for a van or something and deck it out like a bachelor pad, you know, like the old days, and just have like a computer screen that pops down, and you just lay down there and you're just there with the computer, you know, or a game or whatever, a monitor screen. They have USB monitors, you know, that are, you just plug it in, it goes off your device. And anyway, well, I love you guys. You guys take care. Thank you for putting up with my chattering. And next couple of episodes probably is going to be Scorched. After that, I'll create a new series, and I'm just going to give it a generic name like Ark Survival Soto's Way or something like that, or uh, Soto in the Ark or something like that. Sotoing the Ark. Soloing the Ark versus Sotoing the Ark. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for listening. It's crazy.